Hi, my name is Larry Johnson, and this is a documentary of my father, Reverend Leroy Johnson. And this is a little known, very little known Ocala Black history fact and history of Marion County. Now, my father was born in 1939, and he born here in Ocala, Florida. Now, he was an entrepreneur. He was an entrepreneur of 4 businesses that he owned himself. Now, his first business that he started out was a diner. Now, the diner was on the square that he owned. And then at that time, segregation just started to hit. And at that time period, people of color stopped going to black people establishments and started going to white people establishments just to say, oh, you're gonna take my money, I'm gonna sit here and eat. So my dad, being the smart businessman and savvy person that he is, he knew that he wasn't going to be able to maintain the diner that long at that time in the 60s. So what he did was he got rid of the diner and went and got a gas station. He went and got a gas station on the corner of State Road 200 and Pine in Ocala, Florida. He owned that gas station and basically at that time was one of the first or second black businessmen to have his own established business on Pine. Now at this time, we're talking about the state of Florida here. Segregation really didn't hit Florida until 1971. Now we're talking about the 60s. So we were still, Ocala, Marion County was still under that Jim Crow law era. So it was still a lot of racism going on in this city at the time. So my father, being the person that he was, he had his own gas station, started getting these, what you want to say, racist threats. He was getting spray painted on his wall of the gas station. Nigga, we're gonna make you leave. Nigga, get off of Pine. Stuff like that. They also broke his windows of his gas station and didn't steal a thing. And these are the words that is coming out of my father's mouth, of the stories that he told me growing up as a kid, that they broke all his windows and did not take not the first quart of oil, they did not take any sodas, no nothing out of his store, no cigarettes, just to try to hurt his business. That's the things that black people that have their own business, that worked hard and used their own money to get in, established, to make money for himself and also to be a pillar of the community. Now at that gas station also, he was still helping out the community. People who was down on their luck or weren't making that much money, making the money to make the ends meet, he would give them free gas every once in a while. Now the kicker was, and the last thing that broke the straw that broke the camel's back of my father's business, is when they called the gas station company, somebody did, and told them not to deliver gas anymore. He didn't have gas in his gas station for 6 months. A lot of people didn't know that, but he was still trying to do what he can at that gas station. So being a true businessman again, this will be his third move into another business, but the same gas station business. He moved that gas station to over on 40, otherwise known as Broadway back in the day. He had that gas station. It was Gates Gas Station. He had that gas station from 1971 to 1985. In that time period, he still dealt with racism. This is the 70s. In 1973, 6 police cars pulled out their guns because they got a phone call that they saw a black man walking around the gas station, looked like he was looting. That's what some of the things that black people used to go through. Once again, not in the 60s, we're into the 70s. And they pulled their guns on him, told him to use the N-word, get on the ground, and they told him to put his hands on his head. Where's the owner at? Where do you have the owner tied up? And he was saying, I am the owner. Some of the cops said, use vulgar words. No, you're not the owner. Where's the owner? And he told them, if you look in that top drawer, you'll see the paperwork. It has my name on it, and I have my driver license in my back pocket. So one of the officers went to the drawer, saw the paperwork, seeing that it was owned by Leroy Johnson, grabbed his license, seen it was Reverend Leroy Johnson on his license, realized that he was a pastor. They didn't even know that. So then they told him to get up off the ground, They told him that they apologized, but the assault was already in there when they dropped their guns on him. Right there could have ended my father's life that day, but it didn't. So he continued to run his gas station in a black community, well established, well known. And at that gas station is really when he helped out the community. Like I said, people who was down on their luck, didn't make much ends meet, he would let them get gas until they get some more money. He would keep the receipts. I still have all those receipts in an envelope from the gas station with people's names on them. Some of them are faded, some of them you can still see their names and how much gas they got. He also, during the winter months, let them get free kerosene. Also, he had tires up there. He had a tire station up there where he would change people's tires. People didn't have money to get their tire. The tire was blown. He'll let them get the tire, then they'll pay him back. That's the type of stuff that my father did in this town for this city. He also helped a couple of people out in this town, also helped them to learn how to have that black economics wealth, to have that economic growth in the black community, to have pride in yourself. He always used to tell people, don't let nobody hold you down or keep you up under their foot. Don't let racism stop you. Don't let no other man stop you. You can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Just keep your eyes on the prize. And that's what he was still. He helped out a lot of people. He helped out Mr. O'Neill. He helped him, Higgins, get his cleaners. He had his own cleaning business. They also came together in 1985. My dad, after he got rid of the gas station, he went and had his own construction company where he built houses. He built houses and churches. He did that. So my father not only had a diner, he had one gas station, then another gas station, and then a construction company. He also helped other entrepreneurs out in Marion County, helped them establish their businesses, helped them get over hurdles and roadblocks with the city. Because sometimes it's like it's not who you know, it's what you know. And help them get over some of those hurdles to get their own business, because it was still early 80s. It was still hard for black people to get their own licenses, to get their own businesses. That shows you the span of racism it reached from back in the 60s through the 70s all the way to the 80s. It was still hard. Some people who actually got railroaded in court, my father have went to court plenty of times helping people. He was like their representative in the courthouse, in the court system here in this town. But like I said, this is a little known black history fact about Reverend Leroy Johnson, a pillar of the community and an outstanding man, not only for him being my father, but for this city. He helped out a lot of people. So this is the end of my message. And remember, if you're not doing it for God, who you doing it for? This is Larry Johnson. Peace. I'm out.